Oh, yes, guys and girls, welcome back to another episode with myself, Luke. So, yeah, in today's episode, we're going to jump straight into the Bitcoin charts in just a second. Please go ahead, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to my channel. I try to bring you, especially weekly, content about Bitcoin and the rest of crypto. So, let's just jump straight into it, shall we, with Bitcoin right now. Everybody is in extreme fear because they don't know if this is the beginning of the bear market. Have we already started the bear market when we topped out at 126, 127,000? Is it going to get worse, or are we going to see something spectacular in December? So let's just take a look at the bigger picture, shall we? If we just zoom out, we are basically sitting where we were back in March of 2025 when we had that collapse from 109,000 all the way down to 74,000. And what's interesting is if we take the top of this all the way down to this level, this was about 32%. And I was just checking out how much we've actually fallen, and it's roughly about 35, 36%. So are we going to basically springboard back up now, a V-shaped recovery? Is this the local bottom? Are we still in the final leg of this bull market? Because the sad reality is we haven't had an altcoin season, and usually the bull market, the very end, we have a huge parabolic run up, especially with the altcoins, and the altcoins haven't got going yet. So if this is the bear market, then this cycle has been different. Usually the cycles rhyme. They're not perfectly aligned, but they usually rhyme. But this cycle would be different in terms of we've had no altcoin season. We've had altcoin rallies for sure. Think of BNB, over 1,000. Other coins, SUI, etc., have popped to the upside, but we haven't had that parabolic altcoin season where everything does 10, 20, 30x. That hasn't happened. So are we still waiting for that? Is that going to happen? We'll look at the Bitcoin dominance in just a second, but could this be, if now we just zoom in a little bit, we're on the weekly time frame, we've got this support here, from 77,000 all the way up to 86k. We did come all the way down to 80k. It's acted as support, and this weekly candle wick has to, in my opinion, print green to indicate if we're going to have this V-shape recovery. The problem is if we continue lower and we break this key level of support, then we're going to start looking at these prices here at around 70,000 US dollars. We could even, I don't think we're going to come down. I think the bear market bottom will be in the 50k range. Again, everything I say, guys, is just my opinion. I am not an oracle. I do not know. Nobody knows where Bitcoin is going to go in the short term, long term. We just have to react to the market. So I'm going to look at the altcoins in just a second, but what I was looking at was the EMA ribbons. We did on the weekly get a perfect bounce. We've got to close just on the 100 EMA. So is this going to act as that springboard, that V-shape recovery? Are we going to bounce off this now? Well, we need to get a strong bounce, and it's not happening. It's not quite happening at the moment. I mean, it's only the second day of the week, but hopefully this week we can see something where we come back up and retest the 94, 95,000 dollar range to indicate that we're getting this nice strong bounce off the 100 EMA ribbon. Another thing I was looking at was the Bollinger Bands. We're overly extended. We've broken down out of the bottoms of the bottom of this band, and normally we don't stay too long outside of the Bollinger Band ribbon. So I do expect us to come back in, and if we do come back into the bottoms of these bands, then we are looking at like 93, 94k. So again, we've got this support here. Worst case scenario, if we break this, we come back down and revisit the 71,000. If we do break up, then we're looking at 94,000 with the bullish scenario. Now, going over to the Bitcoin monthly returns, November is looking dreadful, and this is exactly what I spoke about last week. The fact that October printed a 3.69%, we had a 3.83%, very, very similar to 2018, and look what happened in 2018. We had a minus 36.5%, and right now we're sitting at almost minus 20%. So could this get worse? Of course it could. And then obviously in 2018 with December, we went down even further, and also in 2019 with Bitcoin taking another hit in December and January. So are we going to have a carbon copy of the November like we did in October? Hopefully not. If that's the case, then yeah, we're going into the next bear market cycle of the next 18 months to 2 years. So anyway, just going over to the Bitcoin monthly, the Bitcoin dominance, we have printed 3 red candles since Saturday. Is it Monday? This is on the weekly, the last 3 weeks, sorry. So what we need to see is this dominance to come down and fall through the 57.75%, and then we would probably come back down to about 55% here. And I'm looking at these levels. I've been saying this a lot on my channel, but hopefully this is like that dead cat bounce and we do come a lot lower. The problem is, if we continue with the way we are with Bitcoin, then yeah, this is going to come flying back up because investors are very scared and skeptical of the altcoin. So we're waiting for something very similar to this here, all the way back in 2021, where it was just a waterfall effect with the altcoins, and they absolutely popped. So if we just go over to the CoinMarketCap, the fear and greed index is 15. We're in extreme fear, guys, and usually that's a good indicator. When everybody's fearful, we buy, and when everyone is greedy, we sell. So I'm not even buying anything at the moment. I haven't bought anything in months. I'm just letting the dust settle, especially with this crash, and whatever I have now, I'm not even looking at my wallet. One good thing is that you don't panic sell in these situations is you don't keep checking your portfolio every single day. I've just forgotten about it. I haven't even been buying anything. But now that the extreme fear is there, I'm starting to look at obviously Bitcoin, but also some of these altcoins that have fallen down 50, 60, 70%. So even if we don't have that parabolic altcoin season right now, I'd rather get these discount prices in the altcoins. They could go down another 50, 60%, that's for sure. But start planning for the next 2 to 4 years for the next cycle. So that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments where you think Bitcoin is going to head in the short term and long term. If you think we're going to have a winter rally with the altcoins, I really want to know what you're thinking, how you're feeling with this cycle, especially if it's your first cycle. Just let me know in the comments how you felt over the last few weeks with Bitcoin and with the altcoins. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you next time with another video. Goodbye.